My entitled roommate thinks he should pay less for his room because my boyfriend and I share a room. My roommate moved in May of last year. He paid 1 month of rent on time, then has either been late or hasn't paid me at all. He racked up close to $2,000 in debt to me, not once, but twice. I've been more than understanding because he was my friend and helped me when I tried to unalive myself last summer, and he had crashed his car and lost his job all in 1 week. But now I just feel like he's taking advantage of me because it's always excuse after excuse, and this has been going on for almost a year. I've tried multiple times to tell him that rent needs to be paid in full on the 1st, no exceptions. Yet he still continues to decide when it's most convenient for him to come up with more excuses that don't even make sense. For example, he won't pay till the 9th or later or pays in chunks. I've told him multiple times that I can't do that anymore because when he doesn't pay in full, I have to cover for him as I'm the one who sends the landlord the checks, and that if he can't afford it, then he needs to move out. I also paid my roommate's share of utilities since he moved in, despite me encouraging him multiple times to contribute. My boyfriend moved in December, which I spoke to my roommate about before my boyfriend moved in, and asked if he thought it was fair to continue to split rent per room and split utilities per person, which he agreed. Eventually, I was ready to kick my roommate out, but my boyfriend was worried about us covering the extra $750 a month while looking for a new roommate, so he wanted to try and make our situation work. There's tons of other problems I have with my roommate. For example, he brings over random girls from Bumble and leaves them unattended in my house. He doesn't clean up any of the common areas in the house. He makes a lot of noise. He doesn't pay me back or buy any of the things that he uses which are mine, like laundry, detergent, shampoo, etc. He doesn't properly take care of my dog and just lets him go outside all night with no supervision. Mind you, our land is not fenced in, and I have to clean up after him constantly. Dishes, coffee rings on the counter, hair and spit in the sink, trash, wearing his shoes in the house and leaving marks, etc. Honestly, the list goes on. My boyfriend and I have been on his case about rent and his share of the utilities. We haven't even bothered with him about all the other stuff for a while. Fast forward to yesterday. The roommate said he can't pay rent until the 9th of next month, and then said he wants to split rent 3 ways equally because my boyfriend and I store stuff in the sunroom, which would mean our roommate would only be paying $500 a month, which is low for a private room and a biggest 2-bedroom house in our area. I want to tell him absolutely not because we agreed to $750 when he moved in. I've also been more than kind covering his portion of the rent for months and months. Also, his ex lived with us for 2 months and I still paid $750 and all of the utilities. Should we be splitting the rent differently? Should I just kick him out at this point because he obviously does not want to improve the situation? What do I do here? Having a bad roommate can be the absolute worst situation, especially when they don't want to pay for rent. And this person takes the cake. If you want to rent from someone and you want to live inside the house that they're offering you, you have to pay rent. And at this point, honestly, you should probably just kick them out. It sounds like you've given them more than enough opportunities to prove themselves and pay their portion, but they don't want to do it. There's always an excuse, they're always behind, and honestly, it's time to find somebody else. It might cost you a little extra, but in the long run, you'll probably be much happier.
The full version of this video is on the Am I the Jerk YouTube channel, so check out the link in the description for it. And if there are any updates to this, that's where they'll be, in the same link. I know a lot of times people like to listen to the Am I the Jerk podcast to chill out or put on in the background. Sometimes people even sleep to it or they do other things while they're listening to it. But if you're ever in the mood for just some chill music you want to put on in the background while you're doing your thing, check out Easy Mode. You can search for Easy Mode on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you use, or just go to easymode.com. And as a side note, if you're a streamer on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, you can actually use Easy Mode music to put on the background of your stream for free.